Welcome back to a Clan a Day podcast, brought to you by bagtownclans.com. I'm your host, Colin MacDonald. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of Clan Agnew, a clan steeped in Norman, Irish and Scottish heritage and renowned for its fierce loyalty, bravery and complex origins. Clan Agnew has a unique legacy woven through the shifting alliances, feudal conflicts and social transformations of the centuries. So let's explore the history of Clan Agnew, from its murky beginnings to its prominent role as the hereditary sheriffs of Galloway. The origin of the Agnew name has long been debated. Some trace it back to the Barony d'Agnew in Normandy, suggesting that members of the Agnew family may have arrived in Britain with the Normans during the conquest. However, this origin story has its detractors, as the name Agnew doesn't directly translate to Agnew. Another compelling theory proposes that the Agnews descend from one of the ancient Gaelic tribes of Ulster, perhaps even sharing a bloodline with Somerled, the progenitor of Clan Donald and the powerful lords of the Isles. Given this mixed lineage, it's possible that the Agnews of today represent a blend of these origins, Norman and Gaelic, now inseparable by the passage of time. The earliest known record of the Agnews places them in Scotland in 1190, when William des Agnew witnessed a charter between Ranulph de Soulis and Jedburgh Abbey. Yet the Agnews also appear prominently in Irish history. Around the 12th century, it's believed that an Anglo-Norman knight named Agnew, a companion to Sir John de Courcy, ventured to Ireland and obtained lands in Antrim. Many Agnews remained in Ireland, building a significant presence that intertwined with both English and Gaelic cultures before they eventually crossed over to Scotland and settled in Galloway in the 14th century. By 1363, Clan Agnew's fortunes truly began to rise when the family was appointed hereditary sheriffs of Galloway by King David II of Scotland, establishing them as influential landowners in the region under the powerful Douglas family. In 1426, Andrew Agnew became the constable of Lochnaw Castle, a seat that would remain central to the clan's identity for generations. His appointment marked the beginning of Clan Agnew's powerful stewardship in Galloway, a role that would endure and define much of their clan's history. The Agnews were no strangers to conflict, and their role as hereditary sheriffs brought both prestige and peril. By the 15th century, they found themselves entangled in feuds with local clans like the Mackeys and MacLellans, who viewed the Agnews' prosperity and influence with envy. These rivalries were typical of the period's turbulent clan politics, with raids and skirmishes serving as expressions of power and defiance. Through these conflicts, Clan Agnew proved their resilience and ability to defend their lands, gaining a fierce reputation among the clans of Galloway. Clan Agnew's loyalty to the Scottish crown was unwavering, and they played a critical role during pivotal moments in Scottish history. In the late 16th century, after the deposition of Mary, Queen of Scots, and her subsequent imprisonment at Lochnaw Castle, Clan Agnew supported her release, jeopardising their own status by aligning with her cause. Although Mary eventually fled to England, this gesture of loyalty demonstrated Clan Agnew's deep commitment to those they viewed as their rightful leaders, a trait that would echo through their history. By the early 17th century, Clan Agnew had further solidified their status when Sir Patrick Agnew was made a baronet of Nova Scotia by King Charles I in 1629. This was a time of great upheaval for Scotland, with rising tensions around religious freedoms and governance under the Stuart monarchy. Despite the pressures of the day, the Agnews upheld their baronial responsibilities with honour. In the years that followed, the Agnews would face the heavy hand of the Privy Council during the Covenanter struggles, as their sheriffdom required them to impose harsh penalties on religious dissenters. Yet, they showed a sense of humanity in refusing to enforce the most severe measures, a decision that cost them their hereditary offices temporarily but underscored their moral integrity. The 18th century saw Clan Agnew once again tested by the shifting tides of history. Sir Andrew Agnew, the 5th Baronet, became a distinguished soldier, fighting valiantly against the French at the Battle of Dettingen in 1743, where he commanded the Royal Scots Fusiliers. His wit and bravery caught the attention of King George II, who remarked on Sir Andrew's refusal to yield to the French cavalry, noting his response, "Aye, your majesty, but they didna win back again." During the Jacobite Rising of 1745, Sir Andrew defended Blair Castle, the stronghold of the Duke of Atholl, against the forces of Charles Edward Stuart. Despite enduring near starvation, the Agnew forces held their ground, displaying the clan's characteristic determination and loyalty to the crown. With the abolition of hereditary jurisdictions in 1747, the Agnews lost their role as sheriffs of Galloway, but their influence endured. Clan Agnew continued to adapt and prosper, branching out into various parts of Scotland and Ireland. Many Agnews even returned to Ireland during the Ulster plantations, integrating into both Catholic and Protestant communities. This bicultural presence has left a lasting mark, with Clan Agnew members representing diverse religious and social backgrounds across the centuries. In the modern era, the Agnews have remained prominent. Sir Crispin Agnew, the current clan chief, serves as Rothesay Herald at the court of the Lord Lion, connecting the clan's ancient lineage with Scotland's contemporary heraldic traditions. Lochnaw Castle, the clan's ancestral seat, remains a symbol of their heritage, though it was sold in 1948 and is now operated by a private trust. This historic castle endures as a testament to Clan Agnew's legacy, echoing the triumphs and trials of nearly a millennium of clan history. Today, Clan Agnew continues to honour their heritage through the Clan Agnew Society, which fosters connections among Agnews worldwide, preserving their stories and traditions for future generations. Whether through Norman roots or Gaelic bloodlines, the Agnews embody a resilient spirit forged through loyalty, courage, and adaptability, a legacy that remains alive in Scotland and beyond. Thank you for joining us on a Clan a Day podcast. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we explore another chapter in Scotland's rich clan history. I'm Colin MacDonald, and as always, go NRE and both are leet.